getting no job. If you go get a job, they're going to take my Section 8.
Trigger warning. There's going to be some people saying some dumbass shit on here. But we don't condone nor tolerate any hate speech or any violent actions towards these people. Because sometimes they say these things just for clicks and likes. Lock in with us. Let's go. It's your boy Juice Taylor. And welcome to episode 2 of It Be Like That. You know, when a young black man is raised in an environment shaped by a mother who exhibits patterns of irresponsibility, entitlement, neglect, or sometimes even drug abuse, it can really significantly impact his emotional development. You know what I mean? Like, really mess with his foundation. Because he's going to grow up without the right emotional tools. And that's going to lead him into toxic relationships, bad decisions, and in some cases, jail, prison, or dead. But the worst part is it can stop him from ever realizing who he really is and what he's really capable of becoming. So, in this next clip, I'm going to let you listen to what that toxicity can sound like in a household.
No job. If you go get a job, they're going to take my Section 8. Then you won't be able to get no Section 8. You're not going to get no job. They're going to count your income against my Section 8 and my link card. You're not working. No. So I don't care what you got to say. I don't care how you feel. You're not working. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to school. You're not doing none of that shit.
But Ma, I'm saying how I'm supposed to be successful in life, Ma. So you basically telling me I gotta be broke to be successful. I gotta be broke so I can get Section 8.
You gotta be
so
broke so the government can help you.
So the government can help me. So you telling me I can't work no job, bro? Like that's like all my friends got jobs and live in nice houses. So you telling me I got to go through the same thing you went through?
If you
have a house?
Do any of that, they're going to take my Section 8.
How?
And I'm
What
trying
they be
to tell
like?
you
What
that
they
you
be?
can go get yours at ease. You can go get a
They will
nice house.
no. They will look at that and be like, he's doing something and give me a bigger house, Ma. That's what you told me.
Where I'm gonna go?
I don't
have no job.
I can get off your Section 8 and apply for my own Section 8.
But if you do that, you're gonna have to go the hard way. It's gonna take a long.
So what? That's what I'm
Wait
saying.
a few months, get on Section 8, find you a nice apartment, go get you a link card. You will be fine. You don't have to sit up and work. You don't have to work no job. Or the government.
That take had me so hot. When I say hot, I'm talking about hotter than a phone on 2% with full screen brightness. Hot mess? Nah, she a fucking spicy disaster. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, if that's how we raising these boys, the next generation don't have a damn chance. And this is why I think we have so many women out here bashing men, because some of these men were raised by mothers like this. Now, in this next clip, I think this woman is onto something. I think a lot more women need to think this way, and we won't have this world of no good dudes or no good women out here. Let's see what she's talking about.
Okay, here's the myth. You're not going to like it, but here's the myth. God is preparing a man for you. Incorrect. Biblically speaking, the Bible says that God created Eve for Adam, not Adam for Eve. I'm going to let you sit on that for a couple seconds. God created Eve for Adam, not Adam for Eve. So the one God is preparing is you. You have to understand that God prepares you as a woman to come into the life of a man, to be a helpmate, to bring value into his life, to be able to allow him and encourage him to do what God has destined for him to do. But as a woman that is unprepared, what happens is instead of allowing the man to do what God has called him to do, you make it all about you. And you want the man to make you his God. It was never planned that way. As a woman, you need to align with your man, and both of you need to serve God, because that is what God ordained, for man and woman to join together and serve God.
You know, we talk a lot about broken homes, toxic relationships, and cycles that just keep repeating generation after generation. But at some point, we have to ask ourselves, what's missing? Why are we constantly fighting each other and raising kids in chaos, chasing love, but building it on pain? See, what I think the truth is a house without God is just a building. It's just four walls and a roof. That doesn't make it a home. Peace doesn't live there. Guidance doesn't live there. And when God isn't present, we start trying to lead with pride, ego, trauma, or control. And we end up hurting the people we love the most in the process. But let me say this. When you bring God into the household, for real, everything starts to shift. The energy changes. The communication becomes deeper. Parenting becomes more intentional. Love starts to feel safe again. You stop reacting and you start reflecting. You stop blaming and you start building. God doesn't make everything perfect, but he does give it purpose. He brings structure to the chaos. He brings strength to the tired. You begin to love your partner not out of need, but out of respect and understanding. You raise your children with patience, not punishment. And you really stop repeating the trauma. You start healing it. So you're trying to build something real, a better relationship, a better family, a better future. Don't leave God at the door. Invite him in. Make him the foundation. Because a house built on God doesn't fall every time life shakes the ground. It stands. So before you get on me about what that lady just said, that's the message I gathered from it. Not that I need every woman to be submissive or submit to a man. Let God lead your household.
What's one thing life taught you?
If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing you can do.
I put up a post yesterday. The post said, nobody loves a black man the right way or respects him unless he has money. And, you know, I put up a post not too long ago where I said that, you know, men hate pretty women, and the women went off, right? But I was shocked, man. Like, if you go underneath my post and you look at what the women are saying, they sound so cold. If he don't have no money, he don't respect himself. If he can't take care of things, then why should I respect them? Yo, like, we don't deal with systemic oppression, mass incarceration, frowned upon when we try to, seek out mental health treatment. Like, we not being killed out here just for being in our cars. Like, it's not designed for black men to just be under the ground his whole life.
Now, let's talk about something that doesn't get said enough. Why is it that in so many spaces, a man's value is only measured by what he can give and not who he is? I mean, think about that. I mean, I feel like my personality is so lit that, hey, my haters might get a sunburn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I was any more lit, I'd be banned in 12 states. But no, seriously though, that's how you're supposed to feel about yourself. But somewhere along the line, love stopped being about connection and started being about transaction. A lot of women, well, not all, but enough to matter, have been taught directly or indirectly that if a man doesn't come with money, status, or some kind of material belief, he ain't even worth the time. Like, love without perks is somehow pointless. You get me? Like, peace, loyalty, or genuine emotional support doesn't count unless it's wrapped in a designer or backed by a bank account. But what's wild is that mindset doesn't just hurt men, it hurts women too. Because when you reduce a man to what he has, you ignore what he feels. So you miss out on some realness. His heart, his growth, his struggle, his spirit. You put conditions on love. And love that has conditions, that ain't love. That's a business deal. Now, don't get it twisted. Providing is powerful. Stability matters. Ambition matters. But it should add to the relationship, not be the only reason it exists. A man shouldn't feel like he's only worth loving if he's earning. And I mean, a woman shouldn't feel like she has to settle emotionally just because someone can pay the bills. You get me? Real love sees the soul before it sees the salary. Real love sees the soul before it sees the salary. Real love builds with you, not just benefits from you. And until we start shifting that mindset, we're going to keep seeing broken relationships, disappointed people, and connections that look good on the outside, but they empty as hell on the inside.
Unc, what's one thing life taught you the hard way?
Well, anybody can switch up on y'all, sometimes for no reason at all. Even after everything you've done for them, they'll sit there and watch you drown.
Yeah.
You think that the difference between a B and an A is the same as the difference between a C and a B. Nigga, it's not. It's not. Right? It's like you might have to eat differently. Like you might have to change friends. You might have to study sleep, you know, to get from B's to A's. It's like the difference between good and great, it is underestimated by most humans. It's like if you want to be good, you can be talented and be good. You can wake up and be good. Like, you know, but if you good and you just wake up and be good, you're not going to beat me. You're never going to beat me if you're not like, if you're not doing, you know, 70-hour weeks on your craft, right? And it's like, that is such a hard thing to communicate to people. And it's even more difficult when people are talented. When people get a B easy.
And then they got it.
They think they got it, you know? And it's like, I'm telling you, it's like, it's not easy, but it is really simple to change your life. It's so simple, right? People don't realize that one bad night fucks up 10. You can't get drunk and fucking not work out on Saturday. You can't, you mess up 10 days. Like somebody else is getting past you in that time. It's like the level of sharpness and discipline that it takes to get to the heights that you dream of is really simple. It's just not easy.
Pressure makes diamonds, but fire makes legends. So you got to have a confidence so loud that it burns silence. But with that being said, let me say this. One of the biggest traps in life isn't failure. It's comfort, comfortability. It's when things get good and you start thinking that's where it ends. But here's the truth. Good is not your final destination. It's just a rest stop on a way to great. See, good feels safe. It looks decent. It's stable. You got something people around you might even envy. A decent job. A relationship that's not that bad. You're surviving. Maybe even doing a little bit better than most. And because of that, you start convincing yourself that this must be it. That maybe asking for more is greedy. Maybe pushing for greatness is doing too much. Nah, my brother. Let me tell you something. Good is the enemy of great. Good is the enemy of great when you let it become your ceiling instead of your floor. Great requires risk. It demands growth. It asks you to leave behind the comfort zones and say no to the things that are almost right. It forces you to stretch, to sacrifice, to believe in a version of yourself that hasn't fully shown up yet, but needs to. And that's where most people fall off. Not because they couldn't go further, but because they got comfortable halfway through the climb. So if you're on a journey, whether it's chasing a dream, building something meaningful, or becoming the best version of yourself, don't stop just because it feels good. Don't settle for almost. You weren't built for almost. You were built for greatness. But to get there, you have to know the difference between a blessing and a distraction, between progress and a plateau, between what's keeping you safe and what's calling you higher. Don't just go from nothing to something. Go from something to everything you were meant to be.
What's one thing life taught you?
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. Might as well save that energy, because you're most likely gonna fuck up again in the future.